Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Nicole, this is Gracefully Authentic, and today we're doing something a little bit different. This is our first time doing this one, and I am going to be doing a body doubling video. So for those of you that don't know, body doubling is essentially when you have someone doing something with you, so that way it makes it easier for you to do that thing. And essentially, it's like an accountability partner, but I know sometimes I find it easier when I have someone doing something with me. I know I'm going to like meet someone somewhere, or I'm going to be doing the same thing as someone at the same time, even if we're not in the same place. It gives me that little motivation to make sure that I go ahead and get it done. In this instance, I am sitting at the edge of my extension room on my bedroom, which I would like to make into my she shed. And what happens is right now it's more like my dumping ground. I have stuff everywhere. There's a little shelf here with a bunch of books. There's a ton of stuff on the floor that I don't even know if y'all can see. Yeah, all that stuff on the floor. There's a bunch of stuff on the floor over here, and pretty much these are previous attempts of trying to declutter this space is what you're seeing here, witness to. And really, sorry, what did I do here? Okay, so pretty much I am going to set a 30-minute timer, and I am going to just start working in this area, doing the best that I can for the next 30 minutes. And I feel like if I can just kind of set a timer, work through it, and then wherever the timer finishes, that's where I end for the day, and then set another chunk of time for another day, I'm sure that I can get through this versus just leaving it for indefinitely, as it looks like it's like too big of a rock to climb, too big of a bite to chew. And so I'm going to have to break it down into smaller segments of time, and I'm bringing you guys along with me for that journey. So if you have a space in your house, in your garage, in your she shed that you've been meaning to declutter, feel free to just join me for the next 30 minutes and see what we can knock out. If you have a junk drawer, I have a ton of areas in this house I'm going to be decluttering, so this will probably end up being a series of videos in different areas, but we're going to start here with this one so that I can actually turn this area around. What you may notice, this little white thing here is actually a set of French doors that I took out of another room of my house, and we put in solid doors in that area because it doesn't matter, but we put in solid doors in that area. We took out the French doors. We took out the glass French doors. We put in solid French doors. And so now I would like to put those French doors in this door frame that I'm sitting in, and then really close off this area so it's my personal area, which I would like to then move my piano to, which is that little black piece you keep seeing going right there. That's the piece of the piano stand because the camera's right in front of the piano. I can hit the buttons here. And so I would like to move this from this pretty much almost blocking the entryway to that area into the entryway and make it a nice little area for me to relax, play my piano, and just kind of have some me time. So with that being said, I found that my watch has a timer setting. So I am going to set a 30-minute timer. 30-minute timer. And we're gonna do it. I'm actually gonna do two things here. In this video, I'm just gonna talk to you guys during the 30 minutes. I don't know what about yet. It'll be some rambling, some musings. Y'all just gonna have to stick it out with me as I go through whatever I go through. But if you just like to get a little bit of work done without all of my rambling in the background, I'm also going to post a instrumental version to some music, and so you can work with me and then just have some music in the background while you do your work. So I hope to see you guys. Post your pictures in the comments below of your befores and afters of the work that you got done in the 30 minutes, and let's get started. So First thing is it's time for me to water my rubber tree plant. He also needs to be repotted, but I think what I would like to do is prune it and root a piece and then repot the rooted piece into the same pot to give it more width. But I haven't done any of that yet. So for right now, I'm just going to bring them to the bathroom and put them in the tub for some watering. I am not going to carry you guys all around with me in my movements, but I do have the sound on so that y'all can hear me as I go about what I'm doing. And so I know that can be distracting for some, and that's why we'll do music on the other video. The next thing is I have some suitcases here from my last trip that need to be put away. And then I have this empty crate, which I'm going to use to put all the books in. What I'm going to do is any books I uncover, be it journal books, so these are empty blank journals, or actual reading books, I'm just going to put into the crate, because if I start having to go into decision-making mode, as in, oh, do I want to keep this journal? Do I want to keep this book? I'm going to lose so much time within the 30 minutes. So this is just to get as much physical work done as I can in a time period, and then I can just set another clock at a later date to actually go through these different books and things to see what needs to be kept and what can go. And I can definitely bring you on that journey as well. Oops, pictures are falling all over the place when we get to that portion of the cleaning up. I mentioned I had tried to clean this area before, and so this box over here is actually same concept, which is a box of pictures and memorabilia. Mainly just pictures and stuff though. But the several attempts of cleaning up that I've done before, this is a picture frame that's broken, so I'll need to replace it. But the several instances of cleaning up that I've tried to do before, I'll get into this thing with the pictures, and then I'll start looking at pictures. And the next thing I know, all I've done was spend an hour looking at old photos and not cleaning up anything. Look at the girl graduating from high school. So, and then that's what I do. I get so sidetracked looking at old photos, college photos, high school photos, and then nothing gets done. So in this case, we are not going to do it that way. I also am not the biggest fan of hardcover books, so I end up taking off the sleeve while I read it and then having to find the sleeve with the book later. So this is a sleeve, this is a book, this is not the book for this sleeve. So here is the sleeve for this book though, so that's good. So it'll be interesting what I decide to do with the books once I get to that portion, because I've switched to audiobooks almost, not quite 100%, because not everything is available on audio. But if it's available on audio, that's my preferred way of ingesting it now. And so, it'll be interesting to see, like, am I going to keep these books knowing that I probably won't read them physically? But some I will keep, because what happens is, sometimes I'm listening to a book and they'll be like, oh, and on the indicated chart, so something like this, there'll be like a chart or something, which you can't get when you're reading the audio. So some books, so this is Millionaire Next Door, I will have to keep so that I can refer to the charts and stuff when I need to do that. So far we've created a picture box, a book box, and we've watered our plant, and we are 5 minutes in. So great job. Now I'm not diagnosed ADHD, but I watched some ADHD videos and I can identify with some of what's going on. One being doom boxes and doom bags. And so here you can see it is a completely full bag of what I do not know. Okay. So this is all financial information. So I will hold on to this. This was material I got from I think, fair of some sort. So it will go into the book box. And this is, both light bulbs in my overhead light in my room just went out. So that's fun. Luckily I have this, but now as everything is sort of kind of dark. And this is, I think, like an example sheet of a type of journaling thing. Okay, I'm not supposed to be looking at it. I'm just supposed to be putting it somewhere. Okay, so now I have a third box, and my third box is all cards. And I'm working on sentiment versus, need. But I mean, like, oh, I don't even, you can see that. I don't even remember. It's like, I don't know. I'm not going to make any decisions, just putting it in the box. All right. And so Big Tigger will stay. I don't think he has any batteries, but when you hug him, he makes a noise. Hugs. Hey, you're squeezing my stuffing. Yeah, so Tigger gets to stay. One of my favorite Winnie the Pooh characters. It's so funny because I identify as both a Tigger and an Eeyore. And so usually I have one or both of them to represent my personality. But the introverted extrovert? No, the extroverted introvert, I think, is a better description. Handful of random socks. Guess I can turn on a lamp for a little bit of extra light, but this lamp is not that bright either. Probably no change on your guys' end. And I don't want to spend 10 minutes of my 30 looking for light. So it is what it is on this go round. So this is a book bag. I'm going to check all the pockets, empty it out, so that way it can be put away as an empty book bag or given away if I decide to do that. Because I do have a lot of bags, so I may be able to either give this away directly to someone who needs a bag or just put it in my Goodwill pile. I also and I'm a part of a Buy Nothing group on Facebook, and so that group is where people can ask or give things that they no longer need. And so sometimes I do just post things on there that I'm giving away. The only issue that I have with that is, you know, I like to give it away, but then I have to wait for someone to say like, oh yeah, I need that, or oh yeah, I'll pick it up. And then it ends up sitting here just as long. And so now I am in actually more of a Goodwill phase, so that way I can just get it out and it not sit around forever and ever. So now I have an empty book bag. And I've had a cough all week, so I'm going to try not to cough all in your guys' ear. But empty book bag. And I had in here a couple of chapsticks. This is something PTA related, which is outdated, so I don't need that. Oh, these come in handy. Let me see if they expired. I don't know if the expiration date is on the individual one or on the box, but I love these little crystallized lemon lime packets for traveling, because I do like lemon or lime in my water. And if I'm traveling with like a water bottle, I can just go ahead and bring those with me and add them to my water as I fill up my water bottle. One thing I will need to get over here is a trash can. So here is a Dollar Tree bag. So I will just use that as my trash can for right now. This stuff can go in the trash can. And I'll need something for pens so that I can have a way of testing them before I throw them out. So I have here a basket. There was something in it, and I just dumped that out to put the pens in. So pens, pencils, this I think is the glass from this frame that broke. So I need to be careful with that. Okay. So let's pause for a minute so that I can move this book bag and these two suitcases to another room. And when I say pause, it just means I'm going off camera. And you guys keep working. I'm excited to see what you guys are working on. And if you find this helpful at all, I know it's helpful for me, because even though technically there's no body on the other side at this point in time, there will be someone on the other side in the future. But then also, it's like a virtual body that doesn't exist yet that's helping me to get started. All right, so one of these suitcases is not empty and one is empty. So I need to empty the not empty one. Okay. All that to my closet. My closet is another area that will definitely need a couple 30-minute sessions, because it is not organized at all. There is stuff all over the floor as per the usual, and stuff on top of the dresser. I've gotten better about not dumping stuff on my couch. I have a couch in my room, where it does have a few items on there now, but nowhere near as much as it usually has. And I won't show y'all that now, but really just a book bag from my last trip, which was just, the week before last, I think. I just went to my mom's house for the weekend, so I just used my book bag for that trip. And I'm actually headed back to her house for holiday, so I will just leave that bag out so I can use it again. And then I did wash the bath mats for my bathroom, but I need to mop the floor tomorrow, so they're just hanging out on the couch until I can mop the floor and put them back on the floor tomorrow. And so that's about it as far as the couch, which I'm really proud of. That handful of socks I just picked up, I ended up on the couch, so I'll have to move those. Actually, let me just move them now. And I'll put them in my sock drawer. And what I've been doing recently with my sock drawer is just putting socks in. Usually I try to match everything before I put them away. But these socks end up in different washes, different loads of clothes for some reason. And, the dryer eats them. I don't know. I can never find a match for every single sock every single time. And then I would just leave them out until I found it. And then that's how I end up leaving stuff around. So now I just put them all single sock in the drawer and find the match as I wear them. Okay. I get this all in one trip. So these suitcases, I can't go in one trip. I'll make 2 trips. Actually, I store them in the closet in my guest room. And we have a couple of suitcases in here. As you know, there's a bunch of us. So when we end up traveling as a group, we need a bunch of suitcases. So they are in here. And maybe I'll bring you guys in here on another video, but I won't be able to get much work done as far as organizing is concerned, especially this video, if I just drag y'all around the house the whole time trying to set up and de-set up. We're not there yet, guys. We'll get some professional editing and a camera crew follow me around. Or a 2 to 3 camera setup and just like cut to this room and cut to that room in the future, but not right now. And actually, one of these suitcases was damaged in my last trip that I used it. Now there's a big crack in the bottom. It's a hard case suitcase. I think it's the first hard case suitcase set that I've gotten, and it ended up being cracked at the bottom. So I was able to get a replacement suitcase from the airline. It's not a hard case. It's regular, I guess. But I'm trying to decide. I haven't really investigated how terrible that crack is. Like, do I need to just get rid of that suitcase altogether, or if it can still work for some trips? Okay, we're already making some progress. I have more walk space here, so that's good. But tell you how much random stuff I have. So, more cards, card box. And then these are instructions to a camera. So I'll put them in the photo box because I think we still have this camera somewhere. I'm just not sure where it is right at this moment. Actually, I think I do know where it is. Let me go put that with this and put these cards in the card box. And then I used to do paper vision boards. And so here is like a work in progress. I usually get like a picture frame and then I'll cut out magazines and put it on the back here. So I'm finding pieces of magazines from that, but I will just put that in the picture box. And this looks like trash. Where'd my trash bag go? And our time check is we have 8 minutes left. Let me go put this with the camera. And so things like this camera is where I struggle with decision making because I've had this camera for years and I don't use it. So to me, it seems like, yeah, you're not using it, get rid of it. But now I'm getting into this, content creation and recording and things like that. So is it a tool that I can leverage in this space? And I have to now figure out if I want to do the work to investigate, if it's something that I can utilize and do the work to learn how to use it, or if I'm just like, it's too far gone, let's just get rid of it and start fresh with something else. So these are all of the decision things that have to take place, but that can't happen as I clean up because it just takes forever. 2021 goals. Oh, not bad, not completed. So I will probably need to evaluate those and see, are they not completed because they're no longer goals, or do I need to reinstate them as goals? So I have some of these wallflower fragrance refills from Bath and Body Works, right? Yeah. They were on sale and I bought a bunch, and I know I don't use them in my room because they were so strong. They were triggering my allergies at night. So now I have a bunch of extras. I don't know what to do with these. I guess I need a... So this is from a previous run, something that I emptied. I don't even know what was in here, but I don't actually think I even need this bin either. So I'll make this the donation bin. So what I put in here can get donated with the bin itself. So these are more books. Uh-oh, that does not sound good. Okay, that is a picture frame for my vision board that I was telling you about, but it is completely broken, so that is automatically trash. And I'm not going to bring that downstairs right now, but I will put it by the door. We have 5 minutes left in our first 30-minute segment. I feel like this is going pretty good. I know a lot of times you start something and then you get going and you feel like, oh, I'm on a roll, I should keep going. And so now I need to figure out, that's donated, if I want to keep going. But I think it's probably best if I just stick to the plan. 30 minutes. Okay, this is all photo related. In a box. Can I fit this box in the photo box? I can. Great. Perfect. Here is a bag of stuff, but 5 minutes, I don't know if I have enough time to go through it. I have a long sleeve t-shirt, so I usually keep those for winter time, for either hanging around the house and or running. Here is the sound baby monitor. I'll have to find the other half, but I will put this in the giveaway pile. I need a keep pile, but like keep but can't stay here type. Like keep, but I need to find a place for it. Because I have this wrist thing for your finger and everything. I don't want to get rid of that because we'll probably need it again. But I don't know where to put it right now. And that slows me down. So I'm gonna put it over here for right now. That'll be for my next 30 minutes. I'll remember I'll need a box for keeps. So cards, books, this shirt, sock. I'm just gonna throw over there because those are keeps but need to go to the laundry. This is more trash. It looks like I had started a trash bag last time. So trash into the trash. This is an old paper from one of those voting years. Cards. Book, card. How many of these cards do I keep? I might have to look up some like keepsake ways to do cards. Maybe like a collage, cut a piece out and do a collage of some sort. But here's a bin of some things. I'll put the ruler in the pen container. I have a plant pot. It looks like some cleaning and maybe some painting or something. It actually has dirt in it, so I have to be careful. But another top. More socks. Here's an umbrella. So put that over here for my to be determined keep pile. Oh, these are the like vacuum seal bags. You put stuff in it and you roll it up. It's the roll version to get the air out, not the vacuum version. So I do want to keep that. So now I know that I need a keep pile, keep box of some sort. Trash. Photos. Cards. And the timer is done. So guys, thank you so much for joining me on my first body doubling video. Thanks so much. I think we made some great progress. I didn't really take a before picture of this area, which I should have done. I did show you kind of how this floor looked, and this floor is so much better now. It means it'll need to be vacuumed once we're finished with everything. So yes, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you were able to get something accomplished in your own house. Thank you so much for joining me. I've said that several times. I know that this maybe didn't seem like much, but it's been something I've been putting off forever. And I think if I can continue with this format, I know if I can continue with this format, I can knock this out and have it set up the way that I would like to. So it's it's been great, guys. It's after 10 p.m. So that was the time that I had on a Saturday. So that's the time that I had available to start this journey. I'm glad you were able to join me whatever day and time it is for you. And we will do it again until we get this squared away, and then we will square away some other areas. And I will see you next time for our body doubling organizing session. All right. Have a great night. And, see you next time.